Throwing first play is Herbert. And incomplete to open things up.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Go. Hey, run! Here we go, son.
And they'll run with a former LSU Tiger. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Hey, easy. Route.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And Davis with it left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
On red. 13, Lou.
In motion, the tight end. Lawrence. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley. Sheds off the tackle. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Heavy, heavy. Silver.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Take right open, open.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Here we go, son.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Lawrence will throw. Flush to his right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Ford is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, he didn't find the end zone a whole lot in his rookie campaign, but he's got himself a touchdown here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. And they'll go on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now 2nd and 9. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
11.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
11. Hey, go. Here we go.
They go play action now. Lawrence got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Big 13 heavy. Red.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Red.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey. Think right. Go, let's go. Silver.
Now Lawrence. And this is caught inside the 5. And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brenton Strange, 36 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. That's out wide for Palmer. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Loose inside the 30. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. A 23-yard run. And the Chargers are able to move back in front. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Jaguars 14.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right, and threw right into it for an interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, kill. Lisa 24. Hey, kill. Hot.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he gets this up to the 24-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got a man, complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 76 yards. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range. And oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Warren. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Deebo Samuel laying himself out in the end zone. And the Chargers have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open it up even more.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jaguars 21.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach, said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to maneuver. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jags come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Trayvon Walker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10.
5-9.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, how about the shot there? Taking no chances. He is dropped behind the line. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 37, they work on second and 6.
Here we go, sir.
On play action, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. Look at the big fella. The ball comes out. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football, doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
On their side of midfield at the 47. The drive will start with an option going left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Sliding out of the pocket. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
30 left. All right, let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Davis.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Go, go. Go, go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop. And he's got it. It's Thomas for Jacksonville, touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Herbert.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he maybe makes gets it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 143 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Take right open. 11. Sink right. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Go, let's go.
4th down. Here's Lawrence.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
All right, let's go.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they on Herbert, his third interception. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just throw left side is complete on the diving effort. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Herbert running left off the option. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. 85 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Herbert off the bootleg. That one completes a McConkey. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, 51 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. Down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, they turn to Ford, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Lawrence. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contact.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Take it easy. Route. Here we go, son.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Hey, go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis.